What the heck is Global Force Wrestling? This is Jeff Jarrett's new wrestling promotion that hasn't exactly got off the ground yet. There's been some hype about it. There's been a bunch of videos posted on the internet by Jeff Jarrett teasing this whole Global Force Wrestling thing. Sort of videos done in kind of a reality show style with playing copyrighted music, which I'm not sure if he owns the rights to. And I don't really understand what the videos are kind of weird because they come off more like he's promoting some of a reality show or something. I don't know if this is what Global Force Wrestling is going to be like, but if that's what's going to be like, then I really don't want to see it. So yeah, check those videos out. I think they're on YouTube. These Global Force Wrestling videos of Jeff Jarrett and his wife, Karen Jarrett. He says in the videos talking about how he's spanning the globe looking for talent, for wrestling talent, that he's going to try to get to join Global Force Wrestling. Now, the only big thing that's really happened so far is, number one, the fact that he's named the promotion, because originally there was no name for it. It has a website, and I think it's globalforcewrestling.com, I think. The name of it is not great. Global Force Wrestling. It sounds like an 80s wrestling promotion. It doesn't sound, like something that you would see like on, Spike TV or TNT or something, like on a cable network. Look, the name could be changed. It's not that big of a deal. The name can be changed. It's a temporary name. It doesn't have to be Global Force Wrestling, and so that's not that big of a deal right now. Eventually, it could be if they decide to get on a network. The rumors right now of when it's actually going to start are some point in late 2014. Supposedly, in late 2014. That's when it could start, or maybe early 2015. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to start by then. We'll see. There hasn't been much rumblings going on lately. The only thing that's happened last month is just that he announced that he's partnering with some guy who I guess helped produce, create Biggest Loser. He was he was a part of the technical side of things, and he's produced some other shows. So we'll see if that pans out and that helps the quality of the show. And also, Jarrett's also said that the show's going to be completely different than anything anybody's ever seen in wrestling. Isn't that what everybody said? Everybody says whenever there's some new wrestling promotion, they always say it's going to be something completely different nobody's ever seen before. So that could be the concept. Let's talk about the concept. Is there going to be some kind of special? Is there going to be a special concept to GFW? Now this is all speculation right now. It is somewhat difficult to talk about this whole GFW thing because it's all speculation. But the concept. What could they really do that could be really different? Could it be done in sort of a reality show style where the show isn't number one, they don't do the show live, which I doubt they will be taped. Obviously, they won't be able to afford. I'm sure. Unless Toby Keith. Well, that's the other part of the equation is that Toby Keith is supposedly rumored. It's not confirmed, but Toby Keith is involved with this promotion. He is supposedly could be the money man. There's also been rumors that there could be other people and other investors as well. So unless they got big time money, they're not doing a live show right out of the gate. And so let's just assume these will be tapings done the same way TNA does them. And possibly could be done at Universal Studios. Wouldn't shock me. And will it be shot in the exact same way TNA shot? Will it be just like TNA? I don't know about that, but let's just say it's not going to be like TNA. Let's say it's going to be different. What could they do that's different? Could they do it in a reality show style where let's say it's done in a reality show style, where the wrestler, you have tons of backstage segments, way more than they do now, and they have matches, but the matches are more organic. They don't have, it's shot in more of there's more shot like on film, or some type of digital film or something, where it looks more like a movie, where it looks more like a reality show. It doesn't have that, you know, sports like feel to it. That's one thing I think that wrestling maybe is one issue with it in 2014, is that maybe they should just go away from the whole sports aspect of it. In TNA, at times, does go away from it. It doesn't feel as much sports oriented as WWE does, which is weird because at one time TNA was had much more of a sports like feel than WWE. But it does still feel more like a sports, it's like an event. But I think that's one thing. The GFW could be different. They don't have it feel like an event. They can have it be just something completely different. Shoot it like a TV show. Shoot it like a reality show. I don't even like reality shows, so maybe not that, but shoot it like a scripted drama, which is a horrible idea in a lot of ways, because to me it's like, why don't you just get actors, But the actors really can't wrestle. So you just shoot it in the same way as like a scripted TV show. You get wrestlers who can cut promos, wrestlers who can act, and there's ones out there. There's wrestlers who are decent at it. Some of the guys who've left TNA recently, like Christopher Daniels, he has acting experience, and there's other guys who are too bad at doing the backstage promos, all the backstage segments, backstage vignettes. Kazarian's not too bad at it, who just left TNA recently. AJ Styles is not the best at it, but he's not horrible. He's not the worst, actor in the world. He's not great though. But he has to be okay doing it. AJ Styles, obviously, unless his contract with Japan is so big that he can't go to GFW, and he's already expressed interest in it. He's already said he would go. He would definitely be interested in going because he trusts Jeff Jarrett. Because Jeff Jarrett is the one who made him a star. And if you want to, some people may disagree with AJ Styles being a star, but he was the number one most pushed non-WWE guy in TNA. So that is, you should thank Jeff Jarrett for that. And AJ Styles will definitely be the top guy in the company, at least out of the gate. He has to be, unless they somehow, I don't even want to really talk about it. You're thinking about it right now. CM Punk. CM Punk is not going to be in GFW. He sure as hell is not going to be in TNA. But if he had a choice between GFW and TNA, he'd go to GFW. And CM Punk obviously would be top guy right at day one. But it's not going to happen, unless he somehow gets an itch to go back to wrestling, and WWE doesn't want him back, which is impossible. The only way that could happen is because I know Triple H is not a huge fan of CM Punk. He has some problems. He has some issues. He had some issues with him, leaving. He's not happy about it. And a lot of people aren't happy about it in WWE with him leaving. And if Vince McMahon somehow decided to retire from wrestling, he died. God forbid he died, but then maybe he wouldn't have a choice of where to go. He wouldn't have a choice to go back to WWE. He would have to go to GFW instead if he ever got the itch to go back, which right now doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon, unless something happens here in the next few months. Because Punk's contract is coming up in July, I believe, and unless they work something out, it's over for the time being. So, from the looks of it, Punk's not going to GFW, but the guys like Kurt Angle, whose contract's up in September for TNA, he actually just got surgery, ACL surgery, so he's not wrestling. He may not be wrestling for TNA ever again. He may not appear in TNA ever again. Who knows? So he's probably going to GFW. AJ Styles, if once RVD's run with WWE ends, which it probably will at some point, he could go back to go to GFW. It's just the list goes on and on and on. It's endless. The guys that could go to Daniels and Kazarian, and all these different guys. Devon from Team 3D, Dudley Boys. Just all these different guys, who are not in TNA anymore. Guys who are cut from NXT. You could say Mason Ryan, Ezekiel Jackson. There's not a ton of unbelievably great talent out there who's available. It's not like an unbelievable amount, but there's guys out there who could definitely be top tier. A lot of it's going to be TNA, ex-TNA guys mostly. That's one of the problems with it. It's going to feel too much like TNA, and that's one of the problems with it. That Jarrett's going to be on the show. He could even be the top guy. It's just, that's one of the biggest problems with it. Is it going to be just another Jarrett top guy, or Jarrett's going to be the top guy in the promotion? Are they going to bring back the King of the Mountain? He's going to win it, and it's just, I don't know. That's one of the biggest issues with it. Is Jarrett going to come back and be the top guy in the show? Is he going to be the the world champion? I hope not. I hope not. We'll see though. You never know. And then just one last thing about it. What network will it be on? There have been rumors that GFW, that Jarrett is waiting to see if TNA re-signs a Spike, because there's no word on it right now. There's supposedly right now the money is unbelievably tight in TNA right now. The production guys the production crew have threatened walking out because they're getting paid late. They didn't get paid late. They had other money. They didn't get paid yet. So yeah, it's not looking good right now in TNA. They could fold at any moment. If they didn't have Spike, they'd be done. So if the day Spike says we're not renewing the show, we're going with GFW, it looks like WWE is not going to be re-signing. It's not going to be signing with any other network but USA. With USA, with USA and Sci-Fi, for Raw and SmackDown, it looks like NBC Universal is going to be re-signing them up again. From the looks of it, the NBC Universal upfronts are this week, and they're doing all of their networks all in one upfront this week. I think it's on Thursday, so that will be interesting to see. It looks like they're going to announce if WWE is re-signed with them or not. So yeah, I think that's the best shot, really. I think of getting onto a big network for GFW is Spike. If they don't get on Spike, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go like on TBS or TNT or something like that. The second best shot, obviously, is CMT, Country Music Television, because of the connections that Toby Keith has on that network. So that's the best shot if they don't have Spike, which is the best network for GFW, 100%. There's already a built-in audience. They put it on the same time slot as TNA, if TNA goes under. And you basically replace the audience, and I guarantee you they'll probably get almost the exact same amount of people watching. So that'd be perfect for them if they wanted to Spike, just perfect. And it'll also be a clean slate. It's the same. It's the same audience as watching TNA, but it's a clean slate at the same time. But a lot of people are saying right now that GFW probably will just be TNA 2.0. We'll see though. I hope it'll be something interesting. I'm definitely gonna watch it when it airs. So if it ever does air, you never know with these things. It could just be all talk and may go under. They may lose. Toby Keith might say, "Screw it, I'm done with this." So we'll see. GFW, Global Force Wrestling. Could it be the next big thing? We'll see.